In this podcast episode, Kevin O'Leary, famously known as Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, discusses the importance of foresight and discipline in financial matters, often criticizing people who spend frivolously, such as paying $28 for lunch, which he calls stupid. For him, financial success is not about greed, but about the undying love of freedom, and that requires making smart, disciplined choices consistently. O'Leary's philosophy is deeply influenced by his mother, who was fiercely independent and managed her money with remarkable discipline. She invested in dividend-paying stocks and long-term bonds, maintaining strict diversification rules that limited exposure to any single stock or sector. This approach allowed her to build a portfolio that lasted over 55 years, providing for her family and growing wealth steadily. Kevin credits this strategy as the foundation of his own investment approach and encourages others to adopt similar principles. One of the most important lessons Kevin learned from working with Steve Jobs is the concept of the signal-to-noise ratio. Jobs was famous for focusing intensely on the top 3 to 5 critical tasks that needed to be accomplished within the next 18 hours, dismissing everything else as noise. This 80-20 focus on signal versus noise is what allowed Jobs to achieve extraordinary success. Kevin also compares this to Elon Musk, who operates with nearly 100% signal, cutting out all distractions to maximize productivity. For entrepreneurs and CEOs, mastering this signal-to-noise ratio is essential. It means identifying the most urgent and impactful tasks and dedicating the majority of your time and energy to them. Anything that distracts from these priorities is noise and must be minimized or eliminated. This discipline in focus and execution separates successful entrepreneurs from those who fail. Kevin stresses that this is not just about work, but also about managing life's chaos and finding balance without losing sight of the mission. Kevin is candid about entrepreneurship, stating that only about 1/3 of people have the attributes necessary to succeed as entrepreneurs. These attributes include risk tolerance, focus, and, importantly, luck or karma. He explains that success in entrepreneurship is often serendipitous and unpredictable, with many startups failing despite the best efforts. This is why diversification in investments and ventures is crucial. He also highlights that many venture capitalists and analysts lack real operational experience, which limits their ability to predict which startups will succeed. Kevin's experience shows that women-led companies often outperform men-led ones because women tend to set more achievable growth targets and meet them consistently, leading to stronger team cohesion and less attrition. This insight challenges common stereotypes and underscores the importance of realistic goal setting and execution. Kevin shares a valuable lesson he learned from a female CEO who advised him to talk less and listen more. By reversing his usual ratio of talking to listening, he became a more effective manager and investor. Listening allows you to gather information that you wouldn't get by dominating conversations. Kevin demonstrates this skill in negotiations, where silence can prompt others to reveal critical information. This ability to listen and tolerate social discomfort is a powerful tool in business. It helps in understanding employees, investors, and partners better, leading to more informed decisions. Kevin's experience on shows like Shark Tank and Dragon's Den has sharpened his instinct for reading people's confidence and readiness even before they speak, which is crucial in assessing entrepreneurs and their potential for success. Kevin emphasizes the importance of testing potential hires before fully committing to them. He uses a trial period where candidates work as contractors at a high salary but without benefits or stock options. This approach allows him to evaluate how well they fit with the team and whether they can execute on their mandates independently. He also values eclectic individuals who have interests outside of work, such as hobbies or creative pursuits, over those who are solely obsessed with work. Kevin believes that such diversity in interests fosters creativity and better problem solving. He contrasts this with the idea of hiring robots who just grind away, suggesting that human creativity and balance are essential for long-term success. Kevin's mother's investment strategy is a cornerstone of his advice on growing and protecting wealth. She invested 20% of her income into dividend-paying large-cap stocks and long-term bonds, never putting more than 5% into any single stock or 20% into any sector. This disciplined diversification protected her portfolio from catastrophic losses and allowed steady growth over decades. Kevin stresses that many people make the mistake of making big bets on single stocks or sectors, which often leads to ruin. Instead, he advocates for a diversified portfolio, including real estate, stocks, bonds, and alternative assets like gold and watches. He also warns against overspending on small luxuries, like expensive lunches, which can add up significantly over time if invested instead. Kevin advises caution when it comes to buying a house, especially for young people without families. He recommends never letting the mortgage and maintenance costs exceed 1/3 of your income. Buying too much house can lead to financial strain, especially when interest rates rise, as many people are experiencing now. For singles focused on wealth creation, Kevin suggests delaying home purchases unless the property is an income-generating investment. He believes that real estate is a business in itself and requires careful management. For those starting families, owning a home makes more sense, but it should be affordable and manageable within one's income constraints. Kevin is blunt about the financial consequences of marriage and divorce. He calls marriage a business partnership where money is often the first child couples must manage. Financial stress is a leading cause of divorce, more so than infidelity. He advises couples to do due diligence on each other's financial habits before marriage to avoid surprises that can lead to conflict. He categorizes people's money personalities into types like the mooch, spender, loafer, thief, and meanie, recommending marrying a meanie, someone who spends within their means. Kevin also advocates for prenups and financial transparency to protect wealth and reduce the risk of devastating losses through divorce settlements. Kevin sees artificial intelligence as a transformative force bigger than the internet, with profound implications for every sector of the economy. He gives practical examples, such as using AI to analyze direct-to-consumer sales data in the wine business to optimize inventory and marketing. AI also dramatically reduces the cost and time of producing commercials through digital studios and AI-generated content. While AI offers immense productivity gains, Kevin is concerned about its role in warfare and geopolitical power. He stresses the importance of democratic countries maintaining control over AI and chip technology to avoid authoritarian dominance. For individuals, he advises viewing AI as a tool to enhance productivity rather than a threat, encouraging adaptation and lifelong learning. Kevin's time working with Steve Jobs profoundly shaped his views on leadership and innovation. Jobs' relentless focus on the signal, his disregard for conventional market research, and his ability to envision what customers wanted before they knew it were key to his success. Kevin admires Jobs' ability to blend art, nature, and technology into products that resonated deeply with users. Despite Jobs' difficult personality, Kevin respects his genius and the lessons he imparted about discipline, focus, and execution. He believes that great leaders must prioritize respect and results over likability, and that leadership requires making tough decisions without being distracted by interpersonal dynamics. Kevin stresses the importance of authenticity in building and maintaining a personal and business brand. He advises entrepreneurs and influencers to only endorse products and services they genuinely use and believe in. Accepting deals that don't align with one's values or audience can damage credibility and long-term success. He shares his own experience of turning down a lucrative sponsorship because it conflicted with his evolving personal values. Kevin believes that authenticity builds trust and loyalty, which are invaluable assets in any business or career. Transparency, honesty, and consistency are the pillars of a strong brand that can weather challenges and grow sustainably.